This is a Sword Art Online story, Radiant Valor.
By Meghan Sly.
By Meghan Sly. Episode 1, Beginnings, November 6th, 2022, Japan, Tokyo, High School. Katsumi, a brown-eyed girl with long, wavy brown hair, walks through the empty halls of her school. Eventually, she stops in the doorway of a cluttered activities room. 2 couches line the far wall. Leftover food boxes and gaming magazines are scattered about the room. Katsumi goes over to the windowsill and picks up a framed photograph of 5 students.
There's always been the 5 of us. The perfect team. Friends for life, as they say.
Katsumi turns when she hears a voice behind her.
First one here, as always.
Setting the picture frame down, Katsumi faces Saki, a short girl with vibrant green eyes and spiky black hair.
No point in breaking my record now. Saki has been one of my closest friends since grade school. She's our fearless leader, so to speak. Saki has never been afraid to speak her mind. At times, she can come across a little bossy. Well, a lot of times, actually. But she's the bravest among us. She always knows what to do, no matter the situation.
Still can't believe today's the day.
Where's Akio?
He's moving a little slower today. Still tired from waiting in line so long. Plus, he never leaves home without his important equipment and such.
Akio, a boy with smooth black hair and light green eyes, suddenly appears in the doorway. He's holding a nerve gear helmet and system parts.
Are you dissing my tech again, sis?
One dream of Akio.
Naturally, Saki's younger brother Akio joined our group. Despite his age, Akio is exceptionally bright, and the master of all things technological. Although he can be meddlesome at times, always wanting to know what's going on. I suppose he never wants to be left out because of his age, even though he's only a couple of years younger than the rest of us.
Just then, Mariko rushes into the room with her bright blue eyes alert and her blonde ponytail whirling behind her. She dumps her bag and a large sketchbook on a small table.
Sorry I'm late, again. I'm just so exhausted from these past few days.
It'll all be worth it this afternoon.
You're right, but I'm still tired.
Mariko, a very stylish and beautiful girl, joined the gang in middle school. I don't know whether it's her natural beauty or her graceful demeanor, but Mariko has a way of capturing the attention of any room she enters. She isn't just a pretty face, though. Mariko is one of the kindest people I know, and an incredibly gifted artist. One of her favorite pastimes is sketching each of us.
Can't wait to show all of you the drawings I did for today. Though I suppose I should wait for Ryu.
Forget him. That boy's always late.
Only so I can make memorable entrances.
Everyone turns to see Ryu, a boy with dark brown hair and golden eyes, leaning on the doorframe.
Oh, for crying out loud, Ryu, would you just sit down? Would you quit being so dramatic and get in here?
You got it, Chief.
You're hilarious.
I thought your entrance was pretty memorable.
Mission accomplished then.
Still late, though.
It's not like we can do anything really exciting until 1. Right, Cap?
Cat. The name Ryo has called me since we were little. Ryo and I have been next-door neighbors and best friends for basically our entire lives. I know Ryo better than he knows himself most of the time. Ryo may act hot-headed, sarcastic, and overconfident, but that's not who he really is. I'm the only one who can see through him. The only problem is, it isn't mutual. Better late than never. Glad you're here.
Ryu sits on the windowsill as Katsumi sits on a nearby chair. She studies her friends.
Finally, there's me. Quiet me, thoughtful me, emotional me, overlooked me. I love my friends more than anything, but there are times when I feel like an outsider among them. Like they can't see the real me. Although, do I even know who I really am?
Birth to Katsumi. Hello.
Ah, sorry, I just got lost in thought.
What else is new?
Anyway, I was just congratulating all of us for sticking it out in line for 2 whole days. And our prize, 5 copies of only 10,000 hard copies of Sword Art Online. This game is going to change our lives.
Sword Art Online, a revolutionary VR MMORPG, goes live today. The game was created by Akihiko Kayaba, the inventor of the nerve gear system, which allows players to experience virtual reality games with all of their senses, as if they are truly transported to the virtual world. 1,000 beta testers have already tried out SAO and have said it's incredible, like nothing they've ever experienced before. As avid gamers and fantasy nerds, The 5 of us have been waiting for the release of SAO for a long time.
Why can't it just be one already? This wait is agonizing.
Agreed. I've been dying to play ever since I finished my sketches. Here's our hypothetical armor and weaponry. I based them on the art concepts from the game.
Your sketches are amazing, Mariko.
We look so epic! Oh, we're definitely gonna have the best guild in the entire game.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. We haven't even played yet. Speaking of which, once the game goes live, let's all meet in the town plaza of floor 1 around 1:15.
Are we still planning on using our real names in-game?
It's not very common.
It might be nice to play as ourselves.
I agree with Kat. Why shouldn't we let the world know who we are? Our guild is going to be famous after all.
Alright then, we'll use our real names.
It's still hard to believe that it's finally happening today. This is going to be such an unforgettable experience.
Especially now that I've fine-tuned my nervous system.
Let's hope it helps you play better, Akio. Because there's no way you're going to be stronger than me.
He may not be stronger than you, Saki, but I will be. I plan on becoming the strongest player in the entire game.
And to think, we're going to have the strongest player in the entire game in our guild. Should be quite exciting.
Trust me, it will be.
Alright, enough gushing over Ryu. It's already 12:35. Let's all head home and get ready to dive into the world of SAO.
November 6, 2022, Japan, Tokyo, city streets. Katsumi and Ryu walk down the sunlit sidewalk as cars drive past them.
I wonder what it will be like.
I'm sure it'll be everything we've hoped for and more. Can't wait to use my awesome sword skills.
Ryu swipes an imaginary sword in the air.
What awesome sword skills.
You know I've been taking kendo lessons for years. Hopefully they're about to pay off. Maybe your archery lessons will help you in-game as well.
Ryu, the game is called Sword Art Online. I don't think there will be any archery skills or weapons available.
You never know. You might just be the only one, Kat, giving you advantage over everyone else.
What's that?
Being unique.
Blushing, Katsumi glances over at Ryu. She looks away before he notices. Katsumi starts to say something but stops when she realizes they're standing in front of their houses.
We're home, which means we can finally log into SAO. See you on the other side, Kat!
Ryu.
Ryu stops and looks back at Katsumi. He's standing in the small stone courtyard between their houses. Planted in the middle of the courtyard is a tall cherry blossom tree. A gust of wind suddenly sweeps through the courtyard, blowing countless blossoms through the air.
Yeah?
Ryu, Nothing. Never mind.
Ryu walks back over to Katsumi and places his hands on her shoulders.
Kat, this game is going to be an experience we'll never forget. Today, everything changes.
You're right. Who knows what this game has in store for us?
Well then, should we go find out?
Yeah, let's go. The others will be waiting.
Alright, I'll see you in Aincrad.
Katsumi watches Ryu dash into his house. Holding out her hand, 2 cherry blossoms gently land in her palm.
Everything changes.
November 6, 2022, Aincrad, Floor 1, the Town of Beginnings. Katsumi appears in the central plaza of the Town of Beginnings. Blinking a few times, she looks down at her basic armor, and then up at the various players scattered throughout the plaza. Finally, she spots Saki, Akio, Mariko, and Ryu, all wearing the same basic armor as her. Each of them has varied appearances, but Katsumi is still able to recognize her friends, mostly by their mannerisms. Saki and Katsumi make eye contact.
Katsumi! You finally made it.
Sorry I'm late.
Being late isn't really your thing. It's his.
Yeah, well, we got home at the same time, which is why we were both late.
So you can just blame Ryu for my tardiness.
Guess it's my burden to bear.
Now that we're all here, we should start exploring.
Well, hold up now. First we need to friend each other in the game and create our guild.
Ugh, do I really have to friend you people?
Why you?
Great. Geez, Saki, can't you take a joke?
Did we ever come up with a guild name?
How about Ryu's Army?
As if. We have to come up with something catchy and epic.
This is too hard. We have to pick a great name.
Valor.
What's that, Katsumi?
How about Radiant Valor?
But it's so melodramatic.
He's not. I like it. All those in favor?
Works for me.
I'm in. It has a great artistic quality to it.
I suppose it'll do.
Alright, from this moment on, we'll be known as Radiant Valor.
And just like that, we're a guild.
November 6, 2022, Aincrad, Floor 1, Westfield. The Radiant Valor members train with their newly acquired weapons in a large grassy field as the vast sunset stretches across the sky. Gripping his greatsword with 2 hands, Ryu slices through one of the many wild boars inhabiting the field. Saki cuts through a boar with her one-handed longsword. Blocking his enemies with a sturdy shield, Akio uses his dense sword to counterstrike.
Dense.
Mariko twirls her elegant spear to skewer a boar charging towards her. With a boar racing towards her, Katsumi quickly reaches for some throwing knives, charges them with energy, and thrusts them at the target, destroying it.
Don't worry, Kat. We'll find you a bow eventually. Maybe you'll be the one to create that special skill. For now,
I'll manage.
The two of them exchange grins.
Maybe Ryu is right. If we keep up this training, we just might be able to be the greatest guild in the game.
Why do you doubt me, Saki? I'm always right.
Except when, you aren't.
Come here and say that, Akio.
No thanks.
I hate to be that person, but I need to log out and finish my homework.
Are you serious, Katsumi? You want to go do homework when there's this?
I don't want to do it, but I have a lot I need to get done. Finals are coming up soon.
But I'm sure you're already working on next week's homework, right?
Maybe.
Someday I'll break you of your good habits.
Someday, but not today. Sorry, guys.
Don't worry, Katsumi. The rest of us should probably log out as well.
What? Saki, what are you saying?
In case you forgot, Kyo, we have loads of chores to finish tonight.
Oh yeah, I was trying to think about it.
I should probably go as well. I need to catch up on sleep.
I don't believe what I'm hearing. Look where we are right now. Look at this view, at this world. How could any of you possibly want to leave it?
It's not like we want to leave Rio. We're just facing reality.
Katsumi swipes her hand in the air to bring up her main menu screen. She freezes when she realizes the logout button is missing from the menu.
The logout button is gone.
Oh, what?
There's no way.
The rest of them quickly open their menus and see that the logout button is missing for them as well.
Must be a bug in the system. It has to be.
Seems like a fairly specific glitch. Isn't there any other way to log out?
No, there isn't.
I wouldn't get too worked up about it. I'm sure they'll fix the bug in no time. For now, let's just enjoy the view.
What if it isn't a glitch?
What do you mean, Katsumi? What else could it be?
I don't know. That's what worries me.
Just then, the chime of a loud bell rings throughout the world of Ankrid. The five of them stare at one another. No one moves or says anything. A moment later, all of them are suddenly transported to the main plaza in the Town of Beginnings. Startled, they look around at all the other players in the crowded plaza.
What's going on?
It looks like everyone's been transported here, all at the same time.
I think we're about to find out why.
What makes you say that, Ryu?
Look up.
All across the sky, red warning signs appear, casting the plaza in an eerie red light. A giant red blob seeps out of the warnings.
What is that?
The red blob morphs into a large avatar wearing a red cloak. The face of the creature is hidden by the shadow of his hood. He hovers ominously above the crowded players.
That must be the Game Master.
Attention players, I welcome you to my world. My name is Akihiko Kayaba, and as of this moment, I am in control of this world. I'm sure most of you have already noticed that there is an item missing from your main menus, the logout button. Let me assure you, this is not a defect in the game. I repeat, this is not a defect.
Katsumi and the others glance at one another nervously.
This is how Sword Art Online was designed to be. You cannot log yourselves out of SAO, and no one outside will be able to shut down or remove the nerve gear from your head. If anyone attempts to do so, a transmitter inside the nerve gear will discharge a microwave signal into your skull, destroying your brain and ending your life.
Several gasps and shouts erupt throughout the crowded plaza.
What's he saying? There's no way our nerve gear could kill us, right?
Wrong. If the safety's disabled, the nerve gear could very well fry our brains. Despite my warning, the families and friends of some of the players have attempted removing the nerve gear, an unfortunate decision to say the least. As a result, the game has 213 less players than when it began. They've been deleted from both Aincrad and the real world.
Various media screens appear around the cloaked avatar in the sky.
As you can see, international media outlets have round-the-clock coverage of everything, including the deaths. At this point, it's safe to assume the likelihood of a nerve gear being removed is minimal at best. I hope this brings you a little comfort as you try to clear the game.
Clear the game.
It's important you remember the following. There is no longer any way to revive someone within the game. If your HP drops to 0, your avatar will be deleted from the system forever, and the nerve gear will simultaneously destroy your brain. There is only one way for a player to escape now. You must clear the game. Right now, you're gathered on floor 1, the lowest level of Aincrad. If you can get through the dungeon and defeat the boss, you may advance to the next floor. Defeat the boss on floor 100, and you will clear the game.
He wants us to clear the entire game?
Last but not least, I placed a little present in the item storage for every player. Please, have a look.
Instantly, all of the players open their item storage menus. Katsumi clicks on the mystery item, and a mirror appears in her hand.
A mirror? But why?
Flashes of light appear around each player as their avatars revert back to their real-life appearances.
What in the world is going on? How does the game know what we look like?
The nerve gear can see what our faces look like from its scanner, and it has probably calculated our height and weight from the calibration it runs before you log on.
This is so messed up.
Right now, you're probably wondering, why? Why would Akihiko Kayaba, developer of Sword Art Online and Nerve Gear, do this? My goal was a simple one, to control the fate of a world of my design. As you can see, I have achieved my goal. This marks the end of the tutorial and the official launch of Sword Art Online. Players, I wish you the best of luck.
Akihiko's avatar dissolves, and the sky reverts to normal. The entire plaza remains consumed with silence and terror for a few brief moments. All at once, various players scream or collapse on the ground in shock, including Mariko. Saki pulls Akio into a tight hug, and he clutches onto her as tears well in his eyes. Katsumi looks over at Ryu, who simply stares forward with wide eyes.
This game has changed everything.